Hello and welcome to News Now here on M6, your hometown station. I'm your host, Kara Biscarner.
And I'm Angelica Nielsen.
Here are today's top stories. On Monday, November 5th, a woman in China was sued by her husband after she gave birth to a baby the husband considered so ugly he insisted she must have had an affair. The woman told her husband that before they met, she had a lot of plastic surgery and their daughter merely inherited her old face. The man not only divorced his wife, but sued her for the equivalent of $120,000 and won. The presiding judge ruled the man had technically married the woman under false pretenses.
Tragedy struck at the Pittsburgh Zoo on November 4th when a 2-year-old boy was viciously mauled to death by a pack of African painted dogs. This tragedy occurred when Maddox Dershock's mother placed him on a wooden railing at the edge of a viewing deck to see the animals. He fell into the exhibit. Officials are still investigating the accident.
From the day it started, millions have been affected by Hurricane Sandy, losing their homes, personal belongings, and even family. But now you can help them too. If you can't personally provide shelter and supplies to those affected, you can donate money to the Red Cross to pay for shelter, food, emotional support, and assistance to the millions affected by this atrocious storm. To help the countless number of victims due to this storm, you can get involved by calling 1-800-RED-CROSS or text the word Red Cross to 90999 to donate $10. Also, because of this storm, Red Cross had to cancel all blood drives in the New York and New Jersey areas. Now they are asking you to schedule an appointment to give your blood to save others.
Save the Children have deployed emergency relief teams in New Jersey and New York to set up safe play areas and shelters where kids can be kids again. The organization hopes to establish a sense of normalcy, providing kid-friendly activities and play areas for the young ones who cannot return to their homes. Save the Children are working with FEMA, the Red Cross, the City of New York, and other partners to provide the child-friendly spaces in New York and New Jersey. Save the Children is also looking for donations to help provide basic needs. To support this organization, donate to the Hurricane Sandy Children in Emergencies Fund by visiting www.savethechildren.org/Sandy or text Hurricane to 20222 to donate $10 from your mobile phone.
The results are in for this year's presidential election. President Barack Obama has won the election by 303 electoral votes to 206 for Governor Romney. Also, on the Michigan ballot, the 6 proposals remain unapproved. The U.S. Senator position stays with Debbie Stabenow. There are also new Supreme Court justices, Stephen Markman and Brian Zara, along with Bridget McCormick. We would like to congratulate the winners and we wish them luck in the future.
In state news, the former chief of Detroit's water department, Victor Mercado, pled guilty to charges involving extortion related to the Kwame Kilpatrick corruption investigation. Mercado admitted Monday, November 5, 2012, that he conspired with former Mayor Kilpatrick to secure a job for Kilpatrick's friend, Bobby Ferguson, by influencing the way a city contract would be awarded. With his guilty plea, Mercado could spend up to 18 months in prison and be fined up to $100,000.
The Port Huron Museum is getting ready to expose the secrets of the Underground Railroad. The exhibit comes to Port Huron from Welland Historical Museum in Ontario and is in English and French. This will be the first time the museum has told the story of the Underground Railroad, said Doug Bancroft, museum volunteer. Also, many local residents are excited to see what's to come.
The spiraling arms of Hurricane Sandy swept across the Blue Water area last week, bringing pelting rains and driving winds. This caused many people that live in the area to have power outages, and numerous schools were closed, especially those that were near Lake Huron.
That's crazy how one storm can affect us even over here.
I know, it was really insane.
For sports news affecting us, here's Rachel.
Thanks, Kira. Earlier this week, the National Football League voided the contract of suspended New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton. The contract would have kept Payton in New Orleans through the 2013 season. This news came in wake of the Saints bounty scandal earlier this year. Payton will be a free agent coach at the end of the current season. Rumors have already been swirling about who will sign Payton for the 2013 season. In college sports, the Nebraska versus Michigan State game was played at home on November 3rd. It was a hard-fought game between the teams, and it was surprising to see some of their sloppy plays. For most of the game, State held the lead. Unfortunately, Nebraska defeated Michigan State with the final score of 28-24. In college hockey, Western Michigan, who beat Notre Dame last week, takes on Bowling Green. Michigan State, after a close game against Bowling Green, is at Michigan, and Ferris State plays at Lake Superior State after coming off a 2-1 loss to Alaska. In high school sports, the girls volleyball team played their first and last regional game on Tuesday, November 6th, against North Branch. The game ended with North Branch taking out 3 of 4 games, in which ended the volleyball season. In girls swimming, the season continues with the few athletes moving on to the state meets on November 15th and 16th, while the divers move on to regionals meets on November 13th. That's all for sports. We'll be back after the break.
Think you found every hazard out here today? Think again. The spot you missed could be a killer. That spot on your skin could be skin cancer. Fact is, if you're a man over 50, you're in a group most likely to develop skin cancer, including melanoma, the kind that kills 1 person every hour. 1 in 5 Americans is likely to develop a form of skin cancer during their lifetime. That's why your best shot is to check for a spot. It's easy. Follow through and check your skin. It could be the save of a lifetime. Go to spotskincancer.org to find out how. A message from the American Academy of Dermatology.
Hi, and welcome back to News Now on M6, your hometown station. Kira, I heard you have an interesting story for us.
I sure do. Carly Davis, a teenager of Fort Bend County, has been diagnosed with a terminal form of cancer, but that hasn't stopped her in tackling her bucket list. In the past 5 months, she has ridden wild horses in the sand dunes of Utah, played the ukulele in Hawaii, and seen the Phantom of the Opera in London. And with the help of family, friends, and kind strangers, she'll be checking more dreams off her list.
A teenager in Texas named Ben Sater had one major goal before he went off to college, and that was to raise $1 million for a children's hospital in Dallas. With his charity golf tournament, Kids Swing, that he started 8 years ago, he was able to reach his goal with roughly $19,000 to spare. This was especially important to Ben because he received treatments from that hospital as a child for free. He is currently leaving for Austin College. Way to go, Ben.
It's awesome to see how one person can make such a big difference.
I know, it's really inspirational.
To see the differences happening in the school, here's Sierra.
Thanks, guys. For the high school, this year the varsity football team had another successful season. Coach Mark Kaza and Coach Sean Winston are having a varsity football awards night starting at 5:30 p.m. on Monday, November 12th, 2012. It will be held in the Marysville High School auditorium. Also along the lines of the school district, Marysville schools have contracted with Rose Pest Solutions, who will be regularly conducting tests, spraying areas around the public school areas. The standard dates for these tests are between the 8th and the 13th of each month. During weekends, and signs and warnings will be posted whenever a spraying that could potentially be harmful is taking place. Visit the Marysville website for more information on the dates of the tests and spraying. With all that going on, Marysville High School is starting the Quiz Bowl again. This sign-up sheet will be in the student services from October 30th to November 7th. The first meeting will take place in the library on Wednesday, November 7th. All students are welcome, so be ready to answer tough questions and join the Marysville Quiz Bowl. Last but not least, I don't know if you know this, but November is the month of the March of Dimes. The March of Dimes is an organization that constantly researches ways to keep premature babies alive and healthy. This cause that Miss Peashot, the health teacher at Marysville Middle School, takes to heart. She is the teacher administrator that takes charge of the MOD squad at this school, a group that spreads awareness and raises money for the March of Dimes organization throughout the year. They take pride in being the #1 group of participating schools for the 12 years in a row. We'll be back for more after this.
Winston, just one more inning, Grandma.
Ever notice how many things today kids can do without actually moving? A whole lot of things their parents used to do the hard way. So many kids' activities today seem to leave out the activity part, which makes exercise even more important for children. In fact, new research tells us the best time to enhance bone development is during childhood and adolescence. And just getting children to walk an extra 35 minutes a day could spare them the pain of thinning bones later in life. Healthy bones come from healthy habits. Encourage your kids to get up, get out, and get moving.
Hello.
Hey, Grandma, how about another grape soda?
A public service message on building strong bones for kids from the Pediatric Orthopedic Society of North America and the American Academy of Orthopedic Surgeons.
Hello and welcome back to News Now here on M6, your hometown station. Dylan, I hear you have some interesting stories for us over in Science and Tech.
Thank you, Kira. The Apple iPad mini is just like a normal iPad, but 23% thinner and 53% lighter. It has a new Wi-Fi, so it can support speeds of up to 150 megabytes per second, twice that of normal Wi-Fi. The starting price for a 16 gigabyte is $329. In science, a whale that is almost unknown to science has been seen for the first time after 2 whales, a mother and her male calf, were found dead on a New Zealand beach. A report in the November 6th issue of Current Biology offers the first complete description of the spade-toothed beaked whale, a species previously known only from a few bones. Researchers say that the discovery is the first evidence that this whale is still with us and serves as a reminder just how little we still know about ocean life. Recently, studies have shown that lack of sleep is associated with difficulty in the differences of behavior, mood, and impulse. Children who got 27 more minutes of sleep are less moody and less likely to act out than those who didn't get those extra minutes to sleep in. Those who are tired at school get low scores from parents and teachers, and they look sleepier rather than wide awake. Sleep needs to be prioritized, and sleep problems need to be eliminated. That's all for Science and Tech. Back to you guys.
It's crazy how much 27 minutes can make on a child's life.
I know, it's an incredible change.
To see the changes happening in Hollywood, here's Liz.
Thanks, Karen and Angie. Our very own Kid Rock has debuted a new song off his upcoming album, Rebel Soul, called Detroit, Michigan. The new song of his mentions many of Detroit's musical superstars, including Marvin Gaye, Aretha Franklin, Bob Seger, and George Clinton, as well as many icons like Rosa Parks and Henry Ford. The song went live Monday exclusively on Pure Michigan's website, and it is only online until Kid Rock's album is released on November 19th. The Jersey Shore crew may be known for having fun on TV, but they are joining forces with Architecture for Humanity. This nonprofit organization is going to restore the shore after the devastating effects of Hurricane Sandy. These contributions will help rebuild Seaside Heights and rebuild the community. Bruce Springsteen thanked the government of his hometown at a stop near Jordan Center on Penn State's campus on Thursday. Springsteen says the government is doing a fine job on taking care of the local people and providing for them. After he started performing an extended version of his song, My City of Ruins, "It is so hard to see these businesses washed away by the storm last week," Springsteen said after finishing one of his songs. He and his E Street Band performed in upstate New York on Wednesday. George Lucas announced he is going to sell Lucasfilms to Disney for $4.05 billion. Now, 3 more Star Wars movies are planned to be made, but the question is, who is going to direct them? Many fans are tossing around names of who they think are going to direct the new movies. Back to Kara.
Thanks, Liz. Well, that's all we have for you today. I'm Kara Viscarner.
And I'm Angelica Nielsen.
For News Now here on M6, your hometown station.